Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Good News Today. I am Sini Pasha. First up, the incredible story of 31-year-old Ira Singhal who stopped the UPSC entrance exam. Now, Ira could have taken this exam as a special disabled candidate, but she chose to write it in the general category and she stopped it. Take a look.
Meet 31-year-old Ira Singhal. She's created history. Ira is the first physically handicapped woman to top the civil services examination.
I gave this exam hoping to be a part of IAS because there the platform is a lot bigger. You get to work in a lot more different fields. But I don't necessarily think that anybody who's not a part of IAS can't contribute. I wish to work with the women and the disadvantaged children and the disadvantaged other sections of the population. So that's where I want to go.
I was very happy. My dream is fulfilled.
Right.
She is a very brave child.
Yeah.
She is not at all frightened of anything in life.
Right.
She always fights.
You must have seen her also doing preparations. I mean, for other students who are aspirants of the UPSC, they'd like to know how was Ira as a student and what kind of preparations did she do?
I never saw her studying.
Right.
She was always busy surfing, doing other things except her studies. But still, she has a very sharp brain, which helped her.
Ira suffers from scoliosis, a spine-related disorder. The 4 feet 5 inch tall inspiration cleared the exam in 2010 and was assigned to the Indian Revenue Service. But her height came in the way of her postings.
I think the system isn't necessarily harsh. It's more that people don't really understand the whole scenario and everybody is overworked and don't really have the time to go into the details and to figure out the real problems and to actually delve into the issues and see them from a neutral perspective.
On very first attempt she became IRS, but she was not given the posting because of some problem with the DOPT or Revenue Department.
Mr. Singhal, you were just pointing out that she was earlier selected in the IRS but was never given her joining, and you faced certain troubles with it. Why was she not given a joining at that time?
It's better you ask either DOPT or Revenue Department. We cannot comment.
She has set the record straight. A champion of life, Ira has created a new chapter in the history of the civil services exam. And she is a good news. Bureau Report, India Today.
24-year-old twin sisters from Haryana have created a new world record by becoming the youngest to successfully complete the Explorer Grand Slam. The twins achieved the feat by scaling the highest peaks across 7 continents and reaching the North and South Poles on skis. Here's their story.
We're almost here. In about 10 minutes we'll summit Mount Elbrus. And you can see around there are beautiful mountains.
They have conquered the North Pole. They have touched the South Pole. They have stamped their presence on all 7 summits around the world. Meet India's Grand Slam sisters, the Malik twins. What they have in their resume can be found in no other Indian biodata. Nungshi and Tashi Malik's obsession to scale high mountain peaks started early. But there was a little hurdle as their family was not totally supportive. However, their mother took a loan and the father took out their savings, and then the girls were good to go.
Well, it's amazing to have wonderful children like them. I mean, it's a dream come true for them, but I have been always scared.
The Malik twins started big. The first target was Mount Everest that was scaled in May 2013. And then one by one, all the top peaks in all 7 continents were conquered. Mount Kilimanjaro, Denali, Vinson Massif, Mount Elbrus and Mount Kosciuszko were all on the glittering curriculum vitae. This feat takes them in the elite group of 44 mountaineers in the Explorers Grand Slam to have completed this feat since 1998. They're also the youngest siblings to complete this amazing feat.
We are the fastest South Asian, and I believe there's no South Asian who has ever done this. And we finished it in 2 years and 1 month, which is a pretty good record. I think one of the recent expeditions I could cite an example from was the North Pole expedition, which I don't think we two would ever undertake again. It was one of the most toughest expeditions. It was nothing like the South Pole. We did train for North Pole, and we realized that it is one of the coldest places on the planet.
So what's next for India's Grand Slam sisters? For now, Mount Cook in New Zealand and a few virgin peaks around the world is on their radar.
That your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Thank you.
Well, as you can see, these were the first people from South Asia who've done this Explorers Grand Slam. With camera person Alok Das in Delhi, Ashar Khan for India Today.
She's 19 years old. She suffered epileptic fits in her childhood, because of which she couldn't pursue her education, and she lives in a slum in South Kolkata. Life hasn't exactly been a dream for Ayesha Noor, but today she's the reigning world youth karate champion. Take a look.
18-year-old Ayesha Noor resides in a slum in Beniapukur area in Kolkata. She's prone to epileptic fits and is on regular medication. But that couldn't stop her from being an achiever. She has gone beyond her limitations to overcome all obstacles of poverty and failing health conditions to win 4 gold medals in karate for her country at the Thai Pichai Youth International Karate Championship held in Bangkok this year.
Bangkok गए 2 बार वहाँ जीत गए, मुंबई से जीत के आए, कोलकाता में जीते हैं। क्या मिला तुमको वहाँ जीत के? वहाँ जीत के मुझे मेडल मिला है। कौन सा मेडल? गोल्ड मेडल। कहाँ से गोल्ड मेडल मिला? हाँ, गोल्ड मेडल यहाँ से 3 बार बैंकॉक से मिला है।
आयशा नूर अभी थाईलैंड से जीत करके आई है, और ये पहला बार नहीं बल्कि इसके पहले भी 2 बार वो इंटरनेशनल मुकाबला में गोल्ड जीती है। एंड शी इज़ द फर्स्ट, वो पहली लड़की है जो 3 मुकाबला में गई है इंडिया से और तीनों में गोल्ड जीती है। और वो ब्लैक बेल्ट भी है, बहुत गरीब घर से बिलोंग करती है, झोपड़पट्टी में रहती है। और इस तरह का खिलाड़ियों को गवर्नमेंट से किसी तरह का मदद नहीं है, मदद मिले तो इस तरह खिलाड़ी बहुत आगे बढ़ सकते हैं।
With only an elder brother, Tanveer and her mother as the bread earners of the family of 5, it is hard for them to make the 2 ends meet. 5 years ago, Noor's father died, forcing her elder brother to drop out of school to support the family. Yet, they managed to pay for Noor's monthly medical bills, her cost of training, and maintain a healthy diet required for an athlete.
हमको तो अच्छा लगा कि लड़की को गोल्ड मिला। बम्बई गई है, उसके बाद थाईलैंड गई है, थाईलैंड से होके आई है। लड़की अच्छा लगा कि लड़की होकर कुछ आगे बढ़ना चाह रही है। एक तो मुसलमान में कि मतलब लड़की आगे न बढ़ो, लड़की पीछे रहो, पढ़ो लिखो नहीं, किसी मतलब स्पोर्ट में नहीं जाओ। तो यही चाह रहे कि लड़की आगे बढ़े तो माँ को ज़्यादा खुशी होगा ना। मेरा ये बोलने कहने का मतलब है कि मेरी लड़की की बीमारी है, समझ लीजिए। उसके पापा नहीं, 6 साल हो गए उसके पापा डेथ हुए थे। हम चाहते हैं कि मतलब कोई गवर्नमेंट उसको हेल्प करे, हेल्प करके कुछ आगे बढ़े लड़की, यही हमारा मांग है।
The West Bengal government also felicitated her after her glorious victory in the championship in May. She has been selected to participate in the World Championship to be held later in December in Bangkok. All she needs now is sponsors to make her dream come true. From Kolkata, Manogya Loiwal, India Today.
Ayesha wants to travel to Thailand this year to defend her title at the World Karate Championship, but doesn't have the money to do so. If you want to provide Ayesha with financial assistance, you can contact her coach on the number flashing on your screens, and we'll keep you posted on her story. Great news for hockey fans. For the first time in 35 years, the Indian women's hockey team is eyeing a real chance of representing the country at the Olympics. The Chakti girls arrived in the capital last week after their spectacular performance at the Hockey World League semi-finals in Belgium. Take a look.
Indian women's hockey team arrived to a grand welcome amidst beating of drums and loud cheers. A large contingent of officials and media gathering was present at the airport to receive the team that finished 5th at Hockey World League semi-finals in Antwerp, Belgium. The result has enhanced Indian Eve's chances of qualifying for the 2016 Rio Olympics after 36 years.
Encouraged by the appreciation shown by Prime Minister Narendra Modi for their Beti Bachao Selfie Banao campaign, Bibipur village has now launched another initiative to promote the girl child. Digital India with Lado is an initiative that seeks to create awareness about the skewed sex ratio in Haryana amongst the youth. Take a look.
पिछले दिनों हरियाणा के बीबीपुर गांव के एक सरपंच श्रीमान सुनील जगलान जी, उन्होंने सेल्फी विथ डॉटर इसकी स्पर्धा की अपने गांव में.
After Beti Bachao Selfie Banao initiative caught Prime Minister Narendra Modi's attention, prompting him to announce Selfie with Daughter, the Bibipur Panchayat launched Digital India with Lado.
उस दिन मैंने कहा था कि मेरे गांव की बुजुर्ग महिलाएं भी इसमें भाग ले सकती.
Bibipur is not new to this. The village has been working tirelessly for months to change the mindset. There's a road named as Lado Sarak dedicated to girls of this village. Now they have decided to replace names of fathers in the nameplates with their daughters' moniker.
घरों पर बाहर पुरुषों के नाम थे, हमने नेम प्लेट बनाई बेटियों के नाम से. जैसे मेरे घर के बाहर मेरा नाम लिखा हुआ था तो उसमें मेरी बेटी का नाम हो गया आज से नंदिनी निवास, nandinibibipur@gmail.com और नीचे डिजिटल इंडिया विद लाडो कैंपेन.
हाँ, वो मेरे घर पे जो मेरे बेटी के नाम की पलक नाम की प्लेट लगाई उससे मैं बहुत खुश हूँ. मेरी पोते का नाम की लगवाई है हमने, क्या का लगवाई है हम लोग खुशी यही तो नहीं है. हमने लड़कियाँ तो भी बात दी है, 2 पोती हैं. हाँ.
To make it viral, the Panchayat even organized a storytelling competition which involved both mothers and daughters. Families had to submit true stories based on how the mobile phone brought about a change in their lives. 3 best stories were awarded.
आज जैसे जो 6 कहानियाँ थी वो बेहतरीन थी, जिसमें किसी कहानी में मोबाइल ने जीवन भी बचाया है, किसी ने किसकी लव मैरिज को अरेंज मैरिज भी बनाया है. तो ये बेहतरीन तथ्य है जो आज गांव की महिलाओं ने देखा है और इसे आज देश भर की महिलाएं भी देखेंगी.
मुझे कंप्यूटर के बारे में कुछ ज़्यादा तो नहीं पता था, लेकिन मुझे जितना ही पता था मैंने आप लोगों के सामने प्रस्तुत किया. बहुत खुशी है मुझे. पहले हमारे गांव में ऐसे कोई प्रोग्राम नहीं होते थे, लेकिन सुनील सरपंच की भाई की वजह से हमारे गांव में बहुत प्रोग्राम होते हैं. सभी को सीखने को मिलता है ऐसे प्रोग्रामों से.
Initiatives by Bibipur have already secured them prominent place in fight against female feticide. This village is good news in Haryana, infamous for its bias against girls. Bureau Report, India Today.
Up next on Good News Today, we'll take you to a unique Metro Pillar Pathshala in the capital. Now to the story of a young man who's doing his bit to change the lives of street children who can't afford basic education. Rajesh Sharma didn't have access to a grand house or didn't own a huge plot of land, but that didn't come in the way of him setting up a school for underprivileged children. Take a look.
Rajesh Sharma did not study beyond class 12 as his family did not have the means to support him. Looking at the kids playing in the slum area in a flashback, his childhood came alive. The shop owner thus decided to spend his morning teaching these kids.
यहाँ पर जो है बारिश वगैरह होती है तो पानी वगैरह भर जाता है, तो बच्चों को जो है बैठने करने के लिए परेशानी है. दो दिन से कंटिन्यूस जो है बारिश हो रही है, तो देखो स्कूल में आपने देखा भी है पानी भर गया है. तो फिर भी हमारे 40-50 बच्चे आए हैं आज पढ़ने के लिए कि उनको मालूम है उनके पाठशाला में जो पानी भर गया है, इसलिए. तो बाकी और दिन तो इतनी दिक्कत नहीं आती है, बारिश में ही काफ़ी दिक्कत हमको आती है.
Alphabets were scribbled over grey metro pillars near the Yamuna Bank station, and the place today echoes with the murmur of children reciting poems. But things weren't this smooth in the beginning. He started his school under a tree in 2006 with just a handful of kids. He had to stop his school as the juggies in which these kids used to reside were demolished in 2009. Parents came back to him asking for help, and the Metro Pillar Pathshala started.
मेरे बच्चे भी यहाँ पढ़ने वाले वो सब बेघर हो गए, उनका आशियाना भी टूट गया, तो मैंने ही बंद कर दिया था। फिर इनके माँ बाप के मेरे पास में फ़ोन गए कि सर जी यहाँ पर आकर के कुछ बच्चों को आपने रास्ता दिया है पढ़ने के लिए, तो इनको जो है फिर से आगे चलाओ। तो मैंने कहा आप लोगों को बैठने उठने के लिए जगह नहीं है, तो मेरे को कहाँ से जगह दोगे आप बैठने के लिए। मैं मतलब टालने वाली पूरी बात करी, लेकिन वो लोग पीछे पड़ गए मेरे। फिर मेरे को आना पड़ा। आने के बाद में फिर मैं मेट्रो के नीचे मैंने देखा कि अगर बारिश होती है थोड़ी बहुत तो हमारे बच्चों को बचाव हो जाएगा, और धूप में तो बचाव है ही है पूरा। तो उस चीज़ को सोच करके बाकी बिल्कुल रोड पे ही जो है मैंने इन बच्चों को पढ़ाना शुरू किया था 2010 में। तो उस जगह से फिर धीरे धीरे रात में लोग जो है मलबा वगैरह भी डाल जाते थे। हमारे बच्चों ने काफ़ी मेहनत किया, उस मलबे को एक जैसा करते थे, फिर उस पर ही बैठ करके पढ़ाई शुरू कर देते। उस समय से मेट्रो के नीचे जो है मैं पढ़ा रहा हूँ बच्चों को।
यहाँ पे होती है पढ़ाई, इंग्लिश पढ़ाते हैं सर, हर सब्जेक्ट पढ़ाते हैं।
तुम कौन से सब्जेक्ट में अच्छे हो?
मैं इंग्लिश और हिंदी में।
इंग्लिश और
हिंदी।
पढ़ना लिखना उठना सब कुछ समझ में आता है, पढ़ना उड़ना हिंदी में तो।
अच्छा, यहाँ कब से आ गए?
यहाँ हो गए 4-5 साल होने वाले हैं।
As the word spread, a few NGOs have pitched in and volunteers have started to join to help with more classes. The Metro Pillar Pathshala is a good story about how an individual can really enrich lives of others around, and Rajesh Sharma is a pioneer of good news.
Rajesh couldn't study beyond class 12 but teaches this young set of underprivileged students under the Metro Pillar. No classroom, no bench and the wall as a blackboard. Rajesh decided to impart basic education to these little kids who would otherwise remain uneducated. Rajesh's story is a story of inspiration to a largely indifferent society like ours. In New Delhi with Vipin, Anindya Banerjee for India Today.
Now to the story of a snake man in Kerala who's caught more than 50,000 snakes and has been bitten by these reptiles almost 3,000 times. What Suresh basically does is that he helps people who are facing the menace of snakes in their homes and their agricultural fields. Take a look.
Kerala's best-known snake expert Vawa Suresh is back in business. This time after a 4-day stay at the hospital after being bit by a cobra. But snake bites are not new to Suresh. He has been bit over 3,000 times, 300 of them by poisonous snakes. He has also lost a finger on his left hand, but he is more proud of having caught more than 49,000 snakes so far.
അതുകൊണ്ട് ഞാൻ ഇവരെ സ്നേഹിക്കുന്നു. കാരണം അവർക്ക് ജാതിയില്ല, മതമില്ല, രാഷ്ട്രീയമില്ല, എല്ലാവരെയും തുല്യരായി കാണും. ഇന്ന് ഭൂമിക്ക് മുകളിൽ ഇതേ ഉള്ളൂ, ഇവർക്ക് മാത്രമേ ഉള്ളൂ ഭൂമിക്ക് മുകളിൽ ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു വലിപ്പ ചെറുപ്പമില്ല, എല്ലാവരെയും തുല്യരായിട്ട് കാണുന്നു. അതുകൊണ്ട് ഞാൻ അവരെ സ്നേഹിക്കുന്നു, അവരെ ബഹുമാനിക്കുന്നു, അവരെ ആരാധിക്കുന്നു.
40-year-old Suresh started catching snakes from the age of 13. He does not expect any money from what he does and only gets paid for the travel expense and takes whatever amount the person gives happily. And leaves it in the forest with the help of the forest officials.
Snakes have always been a nightmare, be it in our childhood stories or mythologies. But here is a man working to change that belief. One who has known the pulse of thousands of snakes in spite of having been bit more than 3,000 times. With camera person Jaikumar, Revati Rajavan in Thiruvananthapuram for India Today.